Watching TV in Kenya this week, you have been seeing the nominees for the cabinet positions being vetted, and everyone has been glued on their TV trying to watch this. But the main thing, the main question that has come up, or the main issue that has come up, or the main, I would say, topic that has come up out of this is the net worth of these individuals. So this is a full money issue. We're talking about the billionaire hustlers. We're talking about people who have been vetted and how much they are worth. This is a requirement by parliament that you state your net worth if you want to actually be vetted properly and if you want to get in those positions. The parliament requires you to say your net worth. The discussion of whether this is true or whether their net worth is as they say is something we cannot get into, because then that depends on the institutions that can verify that. I think that's very difficult to verify in Kenya. But we're talking about this because it's a completely money issue. We're talking about net worths, we're talking about investments, we're talking about, the time these people have been in public service, we're talking about what they own and stuff like that. So this is a complete money issue, and that's why I'm going to talk about the billionaire hustlers. When I say the billionaire hustlers, I mean the government that came in as Ruto's government was under the slogan of hustlers government, right? People who are hustling, people have hustled their way up. But if you think about it, these people are billionaires. So yeah, you could argue a hustler can be a billionaire because they have hustled to be a billionaire. So one day when I get to billionaire status, I will still call myself a hustler, right? Because I have hustled my way there. I've invested my way there. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, even though some of them actually were born with silver spoons in that particular group. But the main logic or the main foundation of this discussion is simple. We want to see what can we learn from these people, and what can we learn from the net worth, the kind of money they've amassed and the kind of wealth that they have. We're not going to go into the discussion of whether this is true or how the money came to be or how they got the money. I don't want to get into that. But the fact that they have that net worth is something that can be an inspiration, but also can be something we want to ponder over as Kenyans, or as people are watching these people expecting service delivery from these guys. These are people going to hold offices in Kenya, some of the biggest offices in the land. They are going to control dockets. Someone like Mudavadi is going to control almost all dockets as a supervisor or a prime cabinet secretary or whatever it is you want to call it. So these are people who are going to hold some really big offices in President Ruto's government. And therefore, it is important that we talk about these issues. Now, there are people that a lot of people look up to, and that's important. People who are building wealth, making money, they look up to these people. And therefore, there are lessons they could learn from this. So there are so many things we could learn from the fact that people are worth billions or hundreds and hundreds of millions. But now let's go into what are some of the lessons we can learn from this whole process and these people and what's been happening. And these lessons are not just positive lessons. We also have to learn lessons we have to be careful about. We also have to talk about things that we have to take into consideration when we start the process of building wealth. And I'm going to mention all of them. We're going to look at different things. We're going to look at the benefits or the positive things that we can learn from this process, and also the things we need to be careful about, okay? That can actually help you in the process of building wealth. But however much you're watching these people, you want to take care or take note of certain things that you don't want to get involved into, because they might not turn out so well for you, okay? Remember, here at Kenneth Money Matters, to talk about the money mindset, how to make that money, how to enjoy that money, how to manage that money, and how to invest that money and assure yourself of a lifetime of income. Basically, financial freedom. So one of the lessons I want to learn, guys, and this is one thing that actually really shocked me, that there is simplicity in wealth. People who have managed to build wealth are very simple people. So sometimes you might see someone out there just walking with a simple jumper, a simple coat, and you're thinking, oh, that guy just looks so poor. There is simplicity within wealth. I think it reaches a point that you have so much money that you don't really care about certain things in life. Someone like Musalia Mudavadi is a very simple guy usually. And nobody would actually have thought that he has like 4 billion net worth. Honestly, I was surprised. And to me, I would put this to be some people around him, like people manages his estates, and probably the wife. You must have a good wife for you to make wealth. That's just how it is. You must have a good woman by your side if you're a man. So the fact here is simple. The guy is very simple. He's very simple, doesn't show any lavish stuff, doesn't live any luxurious life that you could actually point out. Of course, he could be living well, definitely. He has a house in Riverside, as they mentioned. He has a house in Karen. But These are things that we've just known because we've had to find out. But it's not the kind of person who will come and show you, hey, how this, I have this, I have this. They don't brag. He doesn't flash money around. He doesn't do anything that would make you think that he's a billionaire. But that simplicity and that humility is a good thing for someone who is building wealth. You want to be simple. You want to be humble to some level. Of course, I'm not saying just go and make your life boring, wear the horrible clothes, not have holidays because you're trying to be simple. No, I'm just saying you don't have to be all flashy and showing people all the money that you have or telling people that you're a billionaire. You don't need to. Sometimes there's simplicity in wealth. And sometimes people show class through simplicity. And this is something you can only know if you've been in wealth for a long time. This is something only those who have been in wealth for a period of time would understand. So yes, there's some simplicity, and it is important because sometimes this is what enables you to build wealth long term, because you don't worry about small stuff. It's not just about someone looking simple, it's about how they think. They think in a way that, you know what, they have to delay gratification today for them to have wealth in the future. It's just a mindset thing. Doesn't mean you have to go denying yourself good things in life. I'm just saying sometimes you don't have to flash it around and show people that you have wealth. The second thing you want to learn from this ongoing process is that there is money in Kenya, guys. If you think there's no money, and if you're poor, and if you don't have any cash, it's just you. There are opportunities that you can exploit to make money. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to make hundreds of millions, but I'm saying there is money in the country. These are people in Kenya. They are worth millions and millions of dollars. So there is money in the country. I know you might have to argue on how they got the money, but that's not the point. The point is there's cash. There's cash in the country. And therefore, people who have good opportunities can make that money. The other thing you want to learn is that all these people are investors. So however much they might have gotten the money through I don't know what, because most of them have been public servants, so you could question how they got the money, but they have money to invest. Someone like Mudavadi has 4 billion. For you to have that kind of wealth, you have bought some good things in your name. Property, like they mentioned, stocks and shares as usual. And by the way, this is a very good lesson for you guys who want to invest. You now know where to go to. Most of them have houses, they have land, they have shares or equities in different companies. And you can see the diversification, you can see the areas that have actually made them money or conserved their wealth so far. And these are areas that you could actually get into as an investor. So you know very well that real estate is a good place. Stocks is a good place. Bonds is a good place. Farming is a good place. You could see Aden Duale, for example, spoke about, his animals, and some of them spoke about farming, generally speaking. These are areas you can actually get into and start making money. Basically, they are telling you where the cash is. So another lesson you want to pick from this is, where is the money? Okay, there is money in the country, but where is the money? So you can say, okay, money is in real estate, it's in stocks and shares, it's in bonds, it's in whatever it is that they have been speaking about. That is a lesson you could pick from these guys. And then, of course, the other lesson is that you have to be an investor. So despite the money coming in, despite you, let's say you've got an opportunity and you got some money, I don't know how you got it, but for you to conserve that wealth, you have to invest it. You cannot save your way into wealth. You have to invest your money. You have to invest in good assets. Just like I've said, that they have shown you where the money is, that's where you need to invest your money. So you must be an investor for you to build wealth. And that's a very important point. That's something we can also learn from them. For you to make 1 billion Kenyan shillings, or 4 billion, or 600 million, or 500 million, or 200 million, you must have been an investor. You cannot save your way to 200 million. You cannot save your way to 300 million. You can't save your way to being a billionaire. You must invest consistently and with discipline. And then most of these people, as you realize, they have been in public service for a long time. So again, that teaches you that time really helps when it comes to investing. If someone like Mudavadi has been in public service for over 30 years, so however much he was earning, and had some really good positions in government, however much he was earning, he's been able to make that money through time. So it's not money that came in a day or two, I'm sure. And I'm also sure that he inherited some money because his dad was a chief and quite rich. So yeah, he might have inherited some cash, but you must understand the fact that this money has taken time for him to get to 4 billion. He didn't wake up and have a net worth of 4 billion. So you must understand the effect of time. And you look at people like Eden Duale, look at people like Alfred Mutua, someone like Alice Wahome. If you look at that timeline that they have been serving, the things they have been doing, they have been consistently in public service. They have been doing certain things. They have been involved in different activities, even if sometimes not very straightforward because there's politics, so you can't know what someone is doing. But there has been consistency in terms of them investing, them putting money somewhere, and them working and generating some income. So you need time, okay? Don't expect miracles to happen. And then, of course, the fact that dreams do come true. You know, these people, most of them have been dreaming to be in those positions that they are in right now. And I'm sure they are elated to take those positions up right now after winning the elections. And these are just dreams. So this is a general point whereby we say dreams come true. So don't have any fear, don't have any doubt, don't have any lack of confidence that you can never get to your dreams. You can get to your dreams. Dreams come true. Financial dreams do come true. If you have a dream of being a billionaire, it can work. So they have shown us that it's possible to have 4 billion. It's possible to have 900 million. It's possible to have half a billion. It's a possible thing. It's not a big deal, okay? So this becomes normal to us. It becomes normal for someone to dream of having a billion. It becomes normal for someone to dream of having 3 billion net worth. Talking about net worth actually opens our mindset to the possibilities of these numbers. Sometimes when these things are new to you and someone says 1 billion, you're like, whoa, that's really, that's a big number. Because your lizard brain, it's called the lizard brain, or the comfortable brain, doesn't really imagine that kind of height. You put a limit to yourself. You put a limit on the things you can dream of and the things you can achieve in life. Therefore, sometimes when people talk of certain numbers, it scares you. But when we make these conversations normal, when we make these conversations around hundreds of millions net worth, billions of net worth, it becomes a normal thing to dream for. And sometimes when you dream for these things, not sometimes, but most of the time, you get to accomplish them. So this has also opened that channel of dreams. Dreams come true, and whatever it is your financial dream is, whatever your net worth dream is, please know that it can come true. The other thing is that you need to know your net worth. That's another lesson. Knowing your net worth is important because you get to know what are your liabilities, what are your assets, what are the goals you have as an individual, and where do you want to get to as an individual in terms of net worth. So you know your net worth today, you want to compare your net worth in the next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years, and you know exactly where you want to go to. So it gives you the dreams, but also it tells you where you are at the moment in terms of your net worth. So it has started the conversation around what am I worth as an individual? What am I worth as Ken? So you have to go back and ask yourself, like, is this something I want? Is it too low? What am I aiming for? So it's opened that channel for that discussion and those dreams to actually be realized and be put to practice. And one day we get to enjoy as well. Now, the other things that we need to put a caveat on, or some things that we need to take note of, is number one, don't compete with people, because you never know who you're competing with and why you're competing with that person and how they make their money. So don't look at someone and start competing with them in life. Competition doesn't make sense. All of them had different net worths. All of them are different. They have served different timelines. They have served in different positions and different dockets. Therefore, you cannot put them in a particular place or start to compete with any of them or compare them, financially speaking, because they had different standards to life. They were starting from different foundations. So do not compete with anyone, because this life is different for everyone. Use your own standards of measure to measure your own dreams and to measure your own goals and to measure how far you are going or how much you're growing as a person. So do not compete with people without knowing where they get the money. If you heard that Mudavadi has 4 billion, don't start comparing him to yourself. For example, you can say, why don't I have 4 billion? You never know where Mudavadi started. You never know how much he inherited. You never know where the money came from. You never know how he made the money. You never know, he might have been lucky with some investments that you don't have the opportunity to be lucky with. So do not compete with anyone. Compete with your own goals. That is how you achieve your financial success. You have to compete with your own goals. You have to look at your growth today, look at your growth tomorrow, and look at the progress, and that's how you get to be where you want to be. Don't worry about someone having 4 billion. Don't worry about someone having 200 million. Don't worry about someone having half a billion. It doesn't concern you. Where they're coming from is not where you're coming from. What they were aiming for is not what you're aiming for. So do not compete. Then the last caveat is there are no quick returns. So for example, I realized that Justin Muturi said last year or 1 year ago, 2 years ago, that he was worth 300 million. Last week when he was being vetted, he said, it was this week actually, he said he's worth 700 million. So people are questioning, how do you make double that money in just less than 1 year? Now, normally in normal investments, you expect your money to double in at least 7 years. Most of the time, that's the average based on financial sector or financial investments. But sometimes you see these things and then you think that you can make quick returns and make the same kind of money. Don't do it. There are no quick returns. And if they're there, most of the time, they're not the best way to invest. So sometimes you might see this kind of net worth and you're like, you know what, Ken? I don't want to invest for 20 years to get that place. I want to get that money now, So you want quick returns. You want to go into something that will be extremely risky. Be careful of quick returns because of what you see or what you hear. You never know what someone's journey is. So there are no quick returns in investing. It's about discipline, time, focus, and generating income that can then be invested. And that investment has to be in the right places. That's it. That's it. There's no secret. That's the simple process to building wealth. So just get to know that there are no quick returns. So even if you see some of them, talk about some big numbers. Don't let it fool you and make you think that you can make some quick returns and get there in a day or two. You're going to lose money. Otherwise, guys, the Billionaire Hustlers Chronicles continues. We're going to see how this is going to go. We're now comparing different people, of course, not comparing in the level of competing or anything like that. We just like, okay, we're dreaming of these numbers, right? Some of us have already these numbers. You know, we might be close, we might be too far. It doesn't matter. No one cares, by the way. You are where you are. Focus on your journey and focus on your goals. No one cares. However much we're having this discussion right now, make sure this discussion is taking you the positive side of you having your own dreams and setting your own goals in terms of financial success. I hope this has been helpful. Let the discussions continue. Let's talk about billionaire hustlers. I don't want to get into the politics of it, you know, or people saying, hey, how are you a hustler if you have a billionaire? That's a discussion that you guys can have. But let me know, guys, if you have any goals, if these numbers have been shocking you. Let me know what you think about this whole issue of vetting and the whole issue of telling people your net worth. Do you think it makes sense? Is it helping you in any way? Does it make you question things? Does it make you question where you are in a positive way or in a negative way? Please let it be positive, guys. Otherwise, I'm out, guys. See you next time.